Hey besties, I'm so glad that you're here. If you are new, I'm Lisa Marie. Thanks for stopping by. If you are one of my subscribers or besties, I love you and appreciate you so much. Today I have 4 Easter DIYs for you. 3 of them are inspirational, all about Jesus, and I cannot wait to share them with you. It's also a collab. I'll tell you more about that later. I can't wait to show you. So let's go. So excited about this DIY. I've got these beautiful florals from Dollar Tree, and then I also have this awesome decal that was made by my friend LIYANNA from DIY Beauty on Purpose. Comes right out of her Etsy shop, which I'll tell you a little bit more about soon. And then an 8x10 frame from the Dollar Tree. What I'm going to do is take the frame apart, just take all the pieces out completely. I'm going to look at the glass and see where I might want to place my decal, and then I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to work on the frame. I have this drop cloth and it made me think of like the shroud that Jesus' body was wrapped in, so I decided to cut some strips. So you just kind of cut a little bit at the top and then rip, and I did that to quite a few of them. So there we go. And then I want to paint the frame so that if you see through it, you can't tell it's gold. So I got the warm buff from Apple Barrel, and look how close it is to the color of the drop cloth. First, I'm going to put a little Mod Podge on there so that the paint will stick. And I'm going to use my heat tool from Amazon to dry that because I have no patience. If I mention I got something at Amazon, I have an Amazon store and you can find those items there if it's something you need. And you'll find the link in my description box. And I'm just going to go ahead and paint the frame front and back. And that's perfect. So if there's any gaps in the drop cloth, that will look good then. So now I'm just going to take my little snips and pull out those little pieces that hold the glass in. Now I'm going to figure out how big the pieces I need for each of the corners. So I cut that size out. I used my Beacon Fabri-Tac glue, which is perfect for this. And I'm just going to go ahead, glue that around the corner and figure out how long I need it to be. I'm going to cut a little like kind of upside down V there so that it won't be too much fabric in the corner. And then I'll just tack that down with a little more glue. And I'm going to do all 4 corners, and then I will work on the rest of the frame. Next, I'm going to figure out what size piece I need for each of the sides, you know, the little pieces. I'm just going to cut a whole bunch of them using the first one that I cut kind of as template. And then I'm just going to start laying down the glue and putting them on the top, and I'll do them all in a row, and then I will turn it over and I'll start gluing the back. And that kind of makes it go faster, almost like a little bit of an assembly line. Turn it over, add some glue to the back, and then I'll just start pushing the edges down right there. Super easy, and it just works really well, and that glue is perfect for this. And I'm trying to leave a little gap so that the glass will go back inside there. And so there's one side, and now there's all the sides. And now I've got my greenery. I'm just going to snip some little pieces off. What I want to do is in the top left and the bottom right corner, I just want to make a little arrangement with the lavender, the greenery, and those little yellow flowers. I'm just going to hot glue them in place, and I think that's going to be really beautiful. Then I had this idea to take a little piece of the drop cloth, cut some kind of wavy pattern on the top, and roll it up, glue it to itself, and then make like little drop cloth flowers, and they'll sit right in the center where those 2 pieces meet so you can't see the hot glue. And I did that to the top corner and the bottom corner, and I think it's actually pretty cute. Next, I'm going to set my piece of glass up on these 2 little containers, and I'm going to use my glass cleaner and just get it nice and clean. I'm going to use my little scraper tool to burnish, make sure that the decal is really on there good so that when I pull off the backing, it will be ready to transfer. Then there's the transfer tape that LIYANNA provided. She did a great job, by the way. Obviously, I know how to do these things, and so it was just kind of fun to get what I didn't have to do. So now I'm laying it down in the center of the glass, and I'm burnishing it again. And then I'm just going to pull up that transfer paper, and look, there it is. Isn't that beautiful? I thought that was the cutest little transfer too. I absolutely love it. And so now I'm just going to put it face down inside the frame, and then I'm going to add some of that glue again to kind of the corners and the middles and push it in. And then I'm going to take some little clamps I have from the Dollar Tree and put them on each of the 4 sides to hold it in place. I love this picture so much. It might be my favorite from this video. You'll definitely have to tell me what you think. As I mentioned earlier, today's video is part of an Easter collab with all of these amazing and talented ladies. You will love them. The host of this collab is LIYANNA DIY. You're definitely going to want to check out her channel. She's so talented and has the most sweet voice you have ever heard. One of our special guests this month is Camaro from Dying to DIY. She has a beautiful channel. Definitely check her out. And our other special guest is the sweet Jessica from Glue La La. What a fun channel. I'm going to have all the links for all of these channels down in my description box below. There will be a playlist down in my description box and also in my pinned comment below. You're definitely going to want to go to the playlist and watch all of these wonderful videos. Visit the host and the special guests. And if you are coming over from one of the other channels, welcome. Thank you for watching my video. It's so nice to meet you, and I hope you will consider subscribing to my channel as well. This DIY is so incredibly easy. I ordered these wooden eggs off of Amazon, and I'm just painting them white using some painter's tape to hold them in place while I paint them, and I used primer to do it. And then I'm just drying them off, and I'm going to take some black paint and a toothbrush, and I'm just going to spray them to get that speckled look. And it comes out so cool, but let me tell you, it is so messy. You do need a firm bristled type of a brush, and there you can see the mess that I made all over my hands and the table, but it cleans up so easily. It's worth it. I printed out on my Cricut a bunch of little words that I thought really fit with Easter, and I used a font that kind of looks like Ray Dunn, and I'm just putting them on each of the eggs, and I'm burnishing them on so that the little transfers will work. You could use Dollar Tree stickers, you could write this, whatever you want. It's so easy. You don't have to have a Cricut to do this one. And look how adorable this egg turns out. And then, I did all the rest of them too. I love this so much. And then I've got this little tag from the Dollar Tree, and then I printed out something else on my Cricut that says "He is risen" in that same font. And I'm just going to go ahead and transfer it right on there. Again, you can use stickers, you could write this, whatever you want to do. And it's adorable. I have this basket, and I put some greenery in it and a little one of those microfiber little mop things from the Dollar Tree. And I just glued on the tag to the very front. I arranged the little eggs in there. Aren't they cute? And then I just took some greenery and I kind of cut it off the pick and just arranged it with some twine in the middle. Actually, I think that's nautical rope. And then I'm going to put a little lavender in there and hot glue it. And I'm just going to wrap it all up. And that's what's going to cover the hole on my tag, because I couldn't think of anything else to do. And I thought this was really pretty. And so that's what I did. Like I said, this one is so easy and it comes out beautiful. I love it. If it's not my favorite, it's my second favorite. And there's my little kind of bow looking thing, and I'm just going to glue it right to the top there with some hot glue. And then I'm going to clamp it so the whole thing stays. Let me know what you think of this one. Remember in my first DIY, I said I would tell you about LIYANNA from DIY Beauty on Purpose's Etsy shop and her amazing decals. You've got to go visit it. She puts all the decals she uses in her DIYs in her store. Her prices are reasonable, free shipping. I've even bought Christmas ornaments from her before. You guys, please check it out. If you don't have a cutting machine, you don't need one. Just go buy the decals from LIYANNA. Honestly, they're beautiful. I'll have her Etsy shop link down in my description box. Another super easy DIY. I'm using Jenga blocks, or actually tumbling tower blocks, and some twine from the Dollar Tree and some white chalk paint. I'm just going to paint all of the blocks, put them on some painter's tape, and do all the sides, dry them off, and I'm not going to show you all of that because it takes forever. Anyway, there they are. They're all painted, and then I'm going to add some Mod Podge to them. And then I'm going to take a pencil and I'm going to start writing words that are associated with Easter from a spiritual standpoint. And so I write that on all of them, just on one side. And then I'm going to take a very fine tip art brush and some black acrylic apple barrel paint. And I'm going to just go over what I wrote in pencil. And you really need a fine point brush for this, otherwise it's almost impossible. And so I do that with all of them. And as soon as that's done, I'm going to take my twine. I'm going to add some beads to the end. And then I'm going to lay it out. And I'm going to start hot gluing the little blocks on to the twine. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'm going to do it to all of them and then add a bead in between each one and beads at the end, and then make a little loop and a knot. And that's it, you guys. It's a beautiful Easter garland that you can add to, you know, a greenery garland, or put it on a tray, or put it on a shelf. It's beautiful. This could not get any easier. I mean, seriously, it's so easy to do this, and I hope you love it too. If you are enjoying this video, please hit the like button. It's one of the things that tells YouTube that they should show my video to other people, so thank you. Also, find me on social media. All my links are down in my description box. Send me some pics of what you're making. I'd love to see it. See you there. For this DIY, I'm going to use this garland from Five Below. That was $5, and it's a magnolia garland. I'm going to use these pics from Walmart. I think they were $2 and change, and they're just berries. And then I've got this floral tape from the Dollar Tree and floral wire from Hobby Lobby. And what I'm going to do is I need an 8-foot garland. I'm making this for my sister-in-law, and so these are each 6 feet. So I'm going to cut off 2 feet from one of them, and then I'm going to take my floral tape and take the ends, and I'm just going to wrap it around and attach them. And that's how I'm going to turn this into an 8-foot garland. This is my first time making my own garland. Obviously, I'm starting with this magnolia base garland, but by adding the pics to it, it's like I'm creating my own garland, and I think this is the coolest thing, and I definitely want to do this again. I mean, just think, you can make it custom to whatever you like, as long as you just have something to start with, something very basic. And this $5 garland, oh my gosh, you can't beat that. So now I've got it attached. You can see how I'm doing it right here, and there it is. And then I'm going to take the pics, I'm going to cut off all the little pieces. My sister-in-law didn't want that part that had yellow, so I took that out. And I'm alternating kind of side to side with larger pics and smaller pics, and I'm going to use that floral tape, wrap it around, and just keep going down the entire 8-foot garland. Obviously, I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but I'm going to show you a couple of them, and then I'll show it to you at the end, because it's the same process over and over and over. And it's actually way easier than I would have ever imagined. And to think you could spend $70 to $100 and something for a really nice quality garland, and you could do this yourself. I really am so glad I tackled this. It's my first time, and who knew it was actually going to be this easy. Turned out gorgeous. And I did put a little hot glue on the end, but you didn't really need to because it's tape and it's sticky, but I was a little overkill, and that's what I did. This is so pretty. She wanted like a spring neutral kind of a garland, and this is perfect. And I think it'll carry into summer too. I think it'll be perfect for that. I love the magnolia leaves with the berries. It's a great combination. And here you can see I'm just getting a little further down the garland. And there it is. I just have a little piece of right there, and it looks like this for the whole 8 feet. And I forgot to film it, but I also added fairy lights that I got off of Amazon, and they look so nice. Guys, it's gorgeous. Please let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching my video. It means a lot, and I want you to know that you are truly a blessing to me. If you like this video, I'm going to have a few more up on the screen. Definitely click on one of them, and don't forget to check out the playlist in my description box. I can't wait to see you in my next video. Until then, He is risen. Bye.